Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, there's been lots of updates made on the UK immigration policies, and one of the changes that is quite significant to so many individuals on different visa categories in the UK is the changes made on the dependent visa. Now, from the 22nd of July 2025, more restrictions have been placed on those who are planning to move on a dependent visa. For those who are getting a new job, sponsored job, there are more restrictions placed on the ability to be able to switch your dependents to your new sponsorship as a skilled worker. The most common one is the restriction placed on students. However, even for the skilled worker visa also, there are lots of restrictions that we put on the skilled worker visa for dependents to be able to apply with their main applicants. And it's quite interesting to know that this restriction is majorly for those who are getting their COS after the 22nd of July 2025. So if you've gotten your COS before 22nd of July 2025, you're not affected by this change. And the ability of you being able to, so the goalpost has been moved. Initially is the challenge of getting a COS. Now the new challenge now is even after you've gotten a COS, not all COS allows individuals to be able to apply for the dependent visa on the skilled worker visa. So we're going to be looking at this in full details on gov.uk, and if you have any questions to discuss in the comment section. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before I get right into the video, I'd like to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this video, TechDrive. Now, TechDrive is currently training individuals who are looking at launching their career in tech. And if you're looking at becoming a highly skilled data analyst or a data engineer, then you definitely want to jump on the training organized by TechDrive. Now, there's a training starting on the 30th of September for those who are looking at getting into data analytics. And there will be a new training starting in the month of October for those looking at exploring data engineering opportunities. And one of the things you get to enjoy from this training is an intensive 6 weeks training in data analytics with UK data professionals. You get trained across these different tools: Excel, SSIS, SQL, and Power BI. You also get trained by individuals who currently work as senior analysts, data analysts here in the United Kingdom. You get access to mentorship. You get to work on multiple projects that you get to use to create your portfolio, and you also experience an internship opportunity, which can be added as a UK work experience on your CV. Now, outside the technical stuff, we help you build a competitive CV that gives you competitive advantage for your next application. Now, one of the major challenges people are facing right now when it comes to getting a professional job is that lack of UK experience, and that is the gap that we'll be covering for you with TechDrive. So all you need to do is to go to our contact page. If you want to reach out to us personally, you can drop a WhatsApp message to this number displayed on the screen, or you can send an email to techdrive06@gmail.com, admin@techdriveuk.com, or info@techdriveuk.com. And aside from the training, if you have the technical skills already and you want to explore the work experience program, you can click on the work experience program here to read more about what we're providing on the work experience program. So this is not a training, this is a work experience program, and there are other things you can learn. If you want to get into data engineering, you can join our 12 weeks data engineering program, where you get to learn things like SQL, Python, Microsoft Fabric, and help you launch your career in data engineering. So there are lots of things you get to benefit from TechDrive. If you want a CV review, you'll be applying for jobs and getting lots of rejections, you can click on our CV review and get some help with creating a master CV that will give you competitive advantage. If you need some help with job application, we can help you work on that. If you want to work on project portfolios, we also have that service available. There are lots of stuff that you can get from the program. If you are actually interested, just send an email or drop us a WhatsApp message, and we can get your journey started for that career of your choice. Now, for those with families, getting on the skilled worker visa has become a little bit more challenging with some of the new changes being proposed by the government. So for children and partner who are looking at applying for the dependent visa, so you can apply for a dependent visa if you fall under this category. If your wife or your wife or civil partner, you're married or you're married, whichever one, all you need to do is to provide a document that is a relationship. So for your children under 18, including if they were born in the UK during their stay, they can also apply for the dependent visa. Now, the major change that happened on the 11th of March 2024 was around the healthcare, that's the carer, the senior carer and the care worker visa. So your partner and children cannot apply to join you or stay in the UK as your dependent unless you are employed as a care worker or senior care worker in the UK and on the skilled worker visa before 11th of March 2024. And on one of the following is true. If you're currently still on a skilled worker visa, if you're extending your skilled worker visa with your current employer, you're changing to a new job with the same occupation code while on a skilled worker visa. So there's emphasis on this. If you're changing to a new job that is on the same occupation code, then your dependent can always join you on that visa. However, if you're switching completely from one job to another job with a completely different occupation code, you need to make sure you confirm if that new occupation code allows you to bring in your dependent or allows the dependent to switch with you. I've asked people who make this mistake. They got a new job and the job they got is completely different from what they used to do, and the new job has a different occupation code, and when they applied to change employer, the visa was denied. And the reason the Home Office gave was that the new job you're getting is a completely different occupation code from the one you were doing before, and this new occupation code doesn't allow your dependent to move with you. So the dependent got denied. So please make sure you make that research and confirm that the new occupation code allows you to bring in dependents. So if you're applying for a child born in the UK, you can also do that. Now, if you're the only parent responsible for the child, or your child's other parent is also sponsored as a care worker or senior care worker, you can only apply for permission for your child to stay in the UK. Now, emphasis on this: if you're the only living parent responsible for your child, or your child's other parent is also sponsored on the care visa, you can only apply for permission for your child to stay in the United Kingdom. So there's a clause to this. So if you're a care worker and you're the only living parent, your child can also apply for the skilled worker dependent visa on the skilled worker visa. Now, if your job occupation is a minimum skill job, not care or even social care. So people are, it's public knowledge that for care workers, you can be independent. However, if your job occupation code is also among the medium skilled jobs, your partner and children cannot apply to join you or stay in the UK as your dependent unless you are employed in the UK on the skilled worker visa before the 22nd of July 2025. Now, one of the following must also be true. You're currently still on a skilled worker visa. You're extending your skilled worker visa with your current employer. You're changing to a new job on a skilled worker visa. You're applying for a child born in the United Kingdom. Yeah, so same thing if you are the only living parent responsible for your child, or your child's other parent is also sponsored on a job listed on the medium skilled, you can only apply for permission to stay for your child to stay in the UK. So the cool thing about all of this is that children are kind of exempted from not being able to move on the dependent visa. That's why even for social care, if you apply with your children, it oftentimes gets approved, because children have a kind of a waiver, so to say, on these policies. Now, so you need to look at the list of the medium skilled role in order to know if you can get sponsored. So, for example, elected officers and representatives, you are completely ineligible for applying for the skilled worker visa. Like the dependent visa, you're completely ineligible. Other higher roles like finance manager, marketing manager, they are all higher skilled roles. So it means that you can, even HRM, human resource, higher skilled, you can get sponsored and your partner can apply for the visa. Now, other jobs like manager and director of retail and wholesale, it's a medium skilled. So it means that you can get a skilled worker visa. However, your dependent would not be able to apply on that visa with you. So this is some information that you need to put into consideration before you take up that new job, or seek that new opportunity that you're looking out for. So you can read a whole lot about other information in here, details on the financial implication when you want to apply for a skilled worker visa, how much you need to have in your account for the period of 28 days, other important information on gov.uk. You can read all of that on this platform. So if you have any question, if you've got family and you're looking at options to explore in terms of getting sponsored, then you can put those questions in the comment section. But if it's quite too private, you can put in the comment section. There's a link in the description of this video. We can jump on a one-to-one session to look into the gov.uk website and explore all the options available depending on your personal situation. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, I share everything UK immigration, transition into tech, and personal finance on this channel. All you need to do is to click on the red subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And by returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.